Hey, Kenny, this is Russ. Can I go ahead and?
Go ahead, Russ.
Yeah. Carlik, I just wondered what you thought of the way Trainer, especially, and of course Davis, played down the stretch, making those clutch plays. A couple of freshmen in their second college game.
I think it was huge. A lot of guys, think that freshmen are, you know, they're the new guys, and I just think it's huge for them to step up the way they did. I think in the preseason, I gave them a lot of credit. I think those guys worked. They grind to get better, and I think it showed. And I know a lot of people don't think that freshmen, not all the time, could come in and do what they did, and I applaud them. They definitely came out and showed what they were made of.
Other questions for Carlik?
Hey, Carlik, this is Pat Jaggers, ESPN Louisville. It's another night where you have to go out there, and you just once again had a great rebounding night, 11 rebounds. And Coach just talked about he felt like you guys weren't physical enough rebounding. I mean, how do you think you can rub some of that off on the other guys in terms of getting the rest of the team to really get aggressive with rebounding?
Just being more vocal, just staying in their ear about how big rebounding is, and how it can either cost us a game or it can win us a game. But I try to help our big fellas out as much as possible, and be around the rim and try to scrap out and chase down as much rebounds as I can. I know Aiden, JJ, Jalen Withers, those guys had, a handful tonight, dealing with, two big fellas, one being 6'10", 240, and another one being 7'2", 270. And me knowing that they, had those two big guys on their plate and they would have to box out, that I would be able to come in and, scoop in a few rebounds.
Go to Shannon. Pat, go ahead with your follow-up.
I was just going to follow up and ask, besides obviously rebounding, what do you think is an area improvement you think the team needs to do, just in your opinion?
I say staying consistent and finishing the game. I know we had a 10-point lead at a point. I can't remember exactly what time we had left on the clock. But staying consistent and staying, consistent on finishing the game. I know it was some areas where, we allowed that team to creep back in and make it a ball game. And I know which had the fans, a little nervous and stuff. But I feel like we can always get better at, closing the game and, creating a bigger gap for ourselves so we don't, have these, nail biters.
Thanks, Carlik.
And to Shannon.
Hey, Carlik. When Molson was taking those free throws there at the end, you guys are pretty much powerless, waiting to see what happens. What was kind of going through your mind at that point when he was making those shots, this first two and missing the third?
I wouldn't say completely powerless. I know I tried to get in his head and talk to him, just like to, kind of freeze him out. I know he hit the first one, and I'm just talking to him like, hey, 15, like, I'm behind you, letting him know I'm behind him. And I think, I don't know if anyone realized it, but I told JJ to switch me. And I walked over there and then changed my mind and told him just to stay, just to, kind of mess with, some time and kind of mess with his head and stuff. So hopefully, that happened to work.
Go to Tim.
How do you explain a 6'1" point guard being the leading rebounder 2 games in a row at this level? I mean, you probably didn't see a lot of 7'2" guys at Radford, right?
Definitely. Not even too many 6'10s either. So I've always, been a tough kid. I base myself on being tough. And like I said, I just tried to help out and do as best as I can. And I do look at myself as a ball hunter. And that's, on the offensive end and defensive end. So when that shot goes up, I know I also have to box out, but I know my big guys are boxing out. And if I see that ball in the air, I try to go get it myself, and if it hit the ground, I feel like it needs to be mine.
You've had a double-figure rebounding game in each of the last 4 years in college, 3 years at Radford and tonight. That's pretty unusual for a guy your size. Is there a specific knack to it or timing? What's it about?
I say timing. I feel like my awareness and my IQ on where the ball is gonna, end up. Kind of looking at the shot and seeing where it's gonna hit on the rim, and I think it also comes down to heart. I think I'm just having a lot of heart and a lot of grit of digging those rebounds out.
Thank you.
Any final question for Carlik? Just spit it out. We're having some trouble with the chat tonight, I believe. All right. Thank you, Carlik. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, Carlik, I had one. Yeah, if you can hear me. I guess kind of following up on what Tim was asking, what about this system has made it easy for you through these first 2 games, to really kind of, have the kind of games that you had?
I think just Coach Mack and the coaching staff is, putting a lot of trust in me. With always having the ball. For one, can't thank no one but God, for being able, to give me the ability to do what I do, and waking me up in the mornings and giving me the opportunity to play the game I love. But I give a lot of props to my teammates and my coaches, for having faith in me and having the trust in me to play the way I play.
Great. Thank you, Carlik. That'll close us out for Carlik, and we'll be back with JJ Trainer shortly.